Now, North Korea is accusing the United States of being hell-bent on hostility towards it and of being obsessed with sanctions. Responding to allegations that it had breached a cap on petroleum imports, North Korea's mission to the UN issued this statement. The United States is practically more and more hell-bent on hostile acts against the DPRK. It goes on to say it's quite ridiculous for the US to continue its pressure campaign, considering sanctions as a panacea for all problems. It's a sharp turn of events from these scenes just days ago when Donald Trump became the first sitting US president to visit North Korea. He met Kim Jong at the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea, and they agreed to resume denuclearization talks. Well, earlier I spoke to Robert Kelly, who's the professor of international relations at Pusan National University. He says the latest statement may be North Korea's way of exerting pressure on the US to make concessions on sanctions before returning to talks.
The Trump administration has been pretty clear for a while that sanctions are in place until the North Koreans actually make some kind of meaningful concession on either nuclear warheads or missiles. I think the North Koreans kind of knew this was coming. I think what they're hoping to do is sort of turn all these sort of media events, the spectacles, into some kind of movement on sanctions. It's pretty clear the North Koreans want sanctions removed. They've really been banging the table on this now for a while, and they're kind of hoping that, hey, we had this meeting with Trump, and then, a day later we're getting slapped with new sanctions. What's going on? And this is their way of telling us that that the summit was more important than these sanctions. I do think the North Koreans actually want to negotiate. There's a debate out there. I think some hawks think this is all just sort of a game by the North Koreans. I do actually think they're willing to negotiate away some of their program, but they're going to try to ask for a lot. They want the White House meeting, for example. That's going to be great for legitimizing the regime and making it look like a real country. They want sanctions relief. They want aid. They're going to ask for a lot. And, Trump is kind of in a weak position because the re-election is coming up, and I bet the North Koreans use that as a lever to get more out of him.